This is going to be a good opportunity for me to rehash what I talked about when I lost all the footage. My wife's Hyundai Santa Fe needed an oil change, and I had worked some weird hours, so I kind of had the day off. I eventually drove her to work, dropped her off, and then went to get the oil change. And on the way there, I noticed yet another Indian dealer. But I noticed the parking lot was super empty, and I don't know, it was an old car dealership, so I was like, well, maybe the parking lot looks empty because it's gigantic, but, you know, they don't need to fill it with cars. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to walk over there and see what's going on. So while I'm there talking to the sales lady, you know, making small talk conversation with her, the lady was in like the top 10 maintenance advisory staff in the country, and she was being sent to California, and they were going to reveal who like the top dog was. The top 2 people nationally they were gonna send them to Korea or something, and it's like, oh, great, I don't plan on ever going to Korea. I'm sure there's awesome things to be seen and done, but that's not my first place on the list. And it seemed like this was that lady's same thoughts. So after making small talk with this lady, I was like, hey, you know, is there a place where I could run and grab something to eat real quick? Because it was like 1 o'clock. And she's like, you know what? If you're just going to bring it back and eat, don't bother getting a drink, because we got a fridge full of water and soda, and we've got coffee. She goes, I'll just snag you one. I make my walk down. It was in the place where I decided to go was in the same direction as the Indian dealership. So I went down there, popped my head in, and the place was, picture a car dealership that's 100% empty. We're expanding from a different dealer, like the used bikes from there, and that's all we have. While he's saying that, I'm like, oh, it's really cool. I saw, you know, Indians that had to come in. I ride a Panigale. Like, oh, dude was in here yesterday. He got a scrambler. Or the guy that was going to run the maintenance department. He's like, you want to tour the place? I'm like, hell yeah. So basically, they were going to sell Indians, Victory motorcycles, and like those Polaris slingshot things. And they were going to knock down all kinds of walls and make a gigantic showroom. But the dude was like, oh yeah, we're going to knock down this wall and we're going to move all this electrical. And it was like big time industrial electrical stuff. And I'm like, yeah, we're just going to move that. And then we're going to turn this piece into the parts department. And there's going to be an upstairs. And there's a conference room up there. And blah, blah, blah. And all this stuff. He goes, and here's where, you know, here's all our bike lifts. And we got the car lifts for all the slingshots. And we're gonna move everything around. We're gonna have all this, and I'm like, holy cow, they're really gutting this place. You know, talking to them for a while and interested in what they're saying and sharing some stuff that, you know, basically making small talk, being nice and being interested and making eye contact. They're like, hey, you want a t-shirt? I'm like, well, you know, I wasn't planning on buying anything. Like, no, we'll just give you one. Okay. So I told Captain Brunch Racer, he likes Indian motorcycles, and I was like, hey, I just stopped by this place. It's a new Indian shop, and they just gave me a t-shirt. He's like, oh, I hate you. I'm like, good. I could have easily been a negative person, pop my head in there and be like, oh, you guys don't have any Indians in here. I don't care what you're doing. How are you supposed to run a business without any motorcycles? Been nasty and be like, I walked all this way for nothing. Pissed off about something stupid. And then, you know, I never would have talked to these guys. The maintenance dude was like, oh, you know, if you ever need tires changed, we'll just change your tires. You know, we'll hook you up. Like, awesome. You know, it just goes to show, if you're genuinely nice to someone, you're interested in what they're saying, you're making eye contact, people are going to treat you better than if you're being a jerk and not interested in anything. It might be small and stupid, but, you know, the lady's like, oh, you know, we got free drinks, don't waste your money on a drink. I'll give you a free soda or something. Hell yeah. Getting a free t-shirt from Indian. Hell yeah. Well, it feels good to be on this side of the road. Except for I don't trust this lady. Yeah, looking at you. Well, I think that's pretty much it for me. Well, I'm sure you guys have better things to do than sit and watch me all day. You're very busy people with hands to kiss and babies to shake. And as my grandpa always tells me, if I don't see you, to hell with you. So I sent this girl a couple of emails one time. She didn't get back to me, and I was kind of getting frustrated, and I called the old man. He's like, oh yeah, she went in for some routine surgery and they killed her. It's like, what? That's unbelievable.